Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to balance Alexa 35. Now, the previous video we did the Mini LF. So if you watch the video, everything that we did from the head, from the bottom and the sled is the same. The only difference is inside of the ring, because the camera is different from the LF. It have a lot of weight, so the control weight is different from the previous one. We're gonna do a lot of details, but I'm gonna explain you what I did so far. I'm gonna turn off the motors. Now, this time we have the mat box with the filter. We have two motors, and everything's gonna change whatever you put. So if you don't have the mat box, or if you have different kind of motors, your balance might be different than mine. But at least you have something to get based on it and start balance by your own. Something that is very important, I think, no matter what accessory you're gonna put or not, is the control weight here in the bottom. This is the heavy one that Ari has, is the 300 grams, and it will be very useful for the balance with the 35. With the Mini LF, we didn't use it. Also gonna show you where to put the motors. I already tried so many combinations. I tried to put it on the top, by the sides right and left, and by so many combinations that I did, I found this precise position and the two motors in one side, a control weight in the other side, and pretty much that's it. So like I told you in the previous one, the belt of the Trinity is, you cannot trust 100% until you turn off the motors. So even though it doesn't look well balanced, once we turn the motors, it's gonna change. It's gonna be neutral. So that's why I said before, when we did the previous video, to don't lose too much time to find that 100% balance, because once you turn off the motors, there will always be some adjustment to make. So, for example, let's start with this balance, the tilt balance. And as you see, it's coming back. So it seems like it have a lot of weight here. Now, when we flip to the other side, still, it's not 100% balance. Now let's go side by side. So we put into one side. It's kind of okay, keep coming in the center. We put it to the other side. And it's still coming back. So when I start doing the balance with 35 and I see this, I get crazy, try to put a lot of control weights, changing. And once I turn off the motors, I start adjusting again. It was back and forward. Luckily now I found this combination, and with the motors on, everything is okay. So let's go step by step. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. You can copy and then do your own modification according to the lens that you're using, the mat box, the filter, and the motors. But if you follow this, it's gonna be very simple to find the neutral balance. Okay, so let's start with the bottom of the camera. This is the control weight, 300 grams from Ari. And as you can see, I put an accessory extra here. So I bring the weight a little bit more far away from the normal plate. Because if I put it without this accessory, and I put it where it's supposed to be, like here on the plate, I'm getting very close to the ring, which is not a problem so far, but is very close to the motors. And if I have another filter, I need another lens, and I need to keep pushing back, then I don't have more space. I will touch the cover of the motors, or I will touch the lock of the plate. So for my safety, for I don't know what's gonna happen during the day, I prefer to put this one a little bit more far away. So this accessory allows me to put like 2 or 3 more counterweights and be far away from the risk of touching, and now I have more range to move the camera more back if I need it. So that's the only reason. Like if you have a small setup, then maybe this space will be enough for you. But if you have longer setup and you need to push the camera, this accessory will be very useful for you. I will put all the information and link of the accessory that you're gonna see in this video on the caption so you can go and check it out. So this is the first one that I'm gonna show you. Now let's move to the next one. Now let's go to the opposite side. Let's go to the top of the camera. This one is from the first balance that we did without the camera. So if you saw the video, if you didn't, I recommend you to go watch it. But this is the counterweight that is already part of the ring. So I didn't take it off. I just put it there. I didn't add nothing else. So this is a 50 gram. You can put it like this with this accessory that I have. Otherwise, if you don't have the accessory, you can put it directly to the camera. The camera have a cage and you can put it in one of these holes. Try to put it always in the center. The only difficult, or the reason I put it here, because the camera will go always back and forward, depends of what weight are we using, what lens and accessory, but here it's gonna be always fixed. So I can always move the camera and I know it's gonna be in the center. That's one of the reasons I decided to put it here. So this is the tilt. This is our tilt balance. So 50 here on the top and 300 on the bottom. Now let's go with the side by side. So you have two options to put the rod, one on the top and one lower. I choose to go to the higher part to put the rod, and I'm gonna put two motors in this side of the camera. Now the motors here are pointing down, and I'm trying to push down as much as I can. Always stay safe. I don't go too far, otherwise it will lose the strength to do this, the focus. So I keep it as low as possible and try to be even both of the motors. None of them is higher or lower compared to each of them. So try to keep the motors as lower as possible in this position. Okay, now to the other side of the camera, I put a counterweight, actually two. One is 50 gram and the other one is the 25. Now, as I say, depends on what motors are you using. This could change, depends of you. But for this exercise that we're doing, or the one that I'm using the C-Force Mini from ARRI. And these two counterweights allow me to find my balance. So these are my setup. Now let's try to see how it looks once I turn on the motors. Okay, something else I need to add is the accessories that I have. So this could also influence in your balance. For the front is the bracket holding it. There is two parts of this bracket, the one that goes to the ring and this one. So this is optional, they have it there, but I think it's a must that you have to have it, especially when the Trinity have to do the 360. So this is also is part of the balance of the counterweight, because this have a specific weight. So if you have it, it's okay. You can do what I'm doing. If you don't have it, then you will have to find a counterweight to mimic this same weight that this bracket is helping me in this moment. So I'm gonna put the information of this bracket in the caption so you can search and look for it. And this is in the front. Now let's look at the back. Now on the back of the camera, I have another accessory. This one is from CSS Forum. This one holds the cable for do the roll on Trinity. This is super helpful. Once I start using it, I just keep it. If you have other solution, please share it with us. By the moment, this is the best I recommend. And these are the accessories that I have, and these are the counterweights that I use for balance the Alexa 35. So for recap, we have counterweight in the front, bottom on the back, top, two motors on one side, and two counterweights, the 25 and 50 in the other side. Now the motors are off, and like I did previously, I point up, and it's not perfectly neutral like it happened with the Mini LF. With the Mini LF, we didn't have this situation. Once we put the counterweight, it was very easy to find the neutral balance, and once we turn off the motors, everything was perfect. With the Alexa 35, it won't happen the same. So I know it looks scary when you see like this. I just put it back and it's coming to me. So the instinct or the rules will say, okay, let's put more counterweight in the other side. Unfortunately, it won't happen like this. So we have this. I'm doing the tilt again to show you what is happening. And it doesn't stay there. So don't worry. Let's follow this step, and once we turn off the motors, we're gonna see how neutral or down neutral is this part. This is by the side. And let's put it by the other side. I know, it's weird, but let's turn out the motors and let's see what is the result. So I'm gonna do a quick balance just to make sure that the sled is neutral, and then we're gonna see if the roll is working. So I'm just doing some retouch because we changed the battery when we were doing the balance, so I just changed a little bit. Okay. Okay, now let's see what happened when I press the number 4. And as you can see, it's pretty neutral. Now, like I said, I cannot give you all the information on why and logistic and gravity and all that. I'm not that smart. I just tell you, like, spending so many hours doing this balance, try to figure out, I found out this combination in this position with this counterweight and these accessories. So it works. Obviously, it's gonna change according to your accessory, but I believe it's gonna be just minimum adjustment that you can do. And here we are. I'm gonna do it again. And as you can observe, this is neutral, and this is what we would like to keep or obtain when we work. Obviously, you're gonna hold the sled when you are working, but feeling that the Trinity is there and it's not fighting with you, I think is one of the most important when you operate it. In that way, you are avoiding to have the tail, the moving right and left. So that's why it's so important for me to keep everything neutral and have this kind of balance. So that's it. I hope everything is clear. If there is any questions about it, please let us know by the comments and we can make another video with more details if you need it. Otherwise, if you need more information about the balance, the bottom part and everything, we already did videos. You can go to our previous one. But this is the balance with the Alexa 35. One more thing I was forgetting. The Cine tape. I don't have the Cine tape. We don't have it in this rental house. But if you saw my stories on Instagram, I was using the Cine tape on Korea for a project. And we put the Cine tape. We use this camera, the Alexa 35. We use different lens, but we use two motors. We put the Cine tape on the bottom of the camera because, as you can see, we need weight at the bottom of the camera. So the Cine tape helped me to add that weight. In that way, we put the Cine tape on the bottom, we take away this one, and we just need to adjust a little bit the balance. Now, some of my friends say you shouldn't put the cine tape on the bottom because it doesn't really help the focus puller. Yes, it won't be precise, so you have to compromise. You have to talk with your focus puller friend. He can keep it like that. I talked with the focus puller. He say he can still do the focus. It will be ideal if the focus can be up. So what I did is just change my home position. So right now I did the balance like it's gonna be like this, and then later I just modify my home position. I have it in preset already. So I'm gonna go to my preset, which I name it Cine Tape. And now what it does, nothing changed, only the computer. And now my home position will be here. So try to imagine that instead of this, we have the Cine Tape here. So now this is gonna be my home position. And that helped everybody, helped the focus puller, helped me. And obviously by changing my home position, I changed also my 360 roll. So now with the 360 roll, making the home position in that angle, I can just reset my 360 roll and it's gonna be there. And it's gonna end up with the Cine Tape on the top. So obviously you have to flip the image on the camera, and everybody have to flip it, but I think that's a good compromise to do it, just to flip the image. If not, if you don't need to flip the image, then you can leave it on the bottom. That's something that it was necessary to do for this project. If you put the Cine Tape on the top, it's gonna be with this camera, maybe with the Alexa Mini LF, it will be perfect, but with the Alexa 35, have the Cine Tape on the top of the camera, you're just gonna add so much weight because you need to add more weight on the bottom. So let me just keep it on center right now. And let me show you one more thing, stay there. Okay, stay there. For the Cine Tape, we use this accessory. It was made by Kuhn, Steadicam AR operator, and he did this accessory that it goes to the mat box and from the mat box to the Cine Tape. And this one was perfect. It's not heavy, it's very light, easy to attach, secure, safe to use it, and for that project, it really saved a lot of energy, a lot of time. It was very easy to find this solution with this accessory. So I really recommend to use this accessory. I will put information on the caption. If you don't have this and then you have to use the Magic Arm or other one, try to use the lightest one as you can, because that's much weight you use, you will have to always to compensate to the other side. So I hope that will answer a lot of questions about the Cine Tape, the Alexa 35, and everything else. And thank you so much for keep supporting us with the channel, and keep watching for the next videos that we're gonna release next week. Thank you, and see you in the next one.